Season 2 is just around the corner, and Emma Dominatrix Frost is coming to the game, and she is a Vanguard, and she looks crazy, crazy OP. With the arrival of Emma Frost, they've already given us the gameplay breakdown, trailer, MVP animations, and intros. And today we're going to be breaking down her ability as a top 500 player. And Emma Frost, she just looks, she looks OP. First, we're obviously going to be breaking down her gameplay, the way she plays as a Vanguard, and her abilities and her ult.
You deserve that, dear.
Emma Frost kind of plays out like Ramattra in Overwatch Season 2. You'll see what I mean in a second, but first she has a phase, or her face, where she does her laser beams, which is her primary attack, but then she can also switch to a different mode, her crystal mode, which we're going to see in a second. But first, let's talk about the crystal laser beam. Her ability in the comics is kind of like mind control, and also like the crystal. I think it's my. I don't know. I love the X-Men, but I'm not a big Emma Frost fan. She uses a laser just like Iron Man, and it probably has a limited range. But it seems like it can do some really crazy damage if you can just land your shot, obviously.
Mind crush.
Emma Frost is giving me Captain America's worst nightmare by 2 reasons. That's the first reason. And the second reason, I'll get into that in a little bit. But the first reason is she can take the enemy she's looking at and get them into a crystal. As you guys can see from the Groot. Instead of just aiming at the Groot, she aims at the crystal. And on top of that, making this, enemy stationary. By hitting that crystal, it also does a ton of damage when you finish attacking that crystal. Not only is it going to be easier to attack a Captain America who's jumping around on point, stalling for time, but when she attacks that stationary target, the crystal explosion is going to do a ton of damage, as you can see from what she does with the Groot.
You were beneath me.
And just like the other characters, she has a shield. She plays more like a main tank instead of like an off tank like Captain America, The Thing. She plays like an actual tank like Magneto and Doctor Strange. And she has her own shield that she can deploy out, just like Sigma in Overwatch 1. As you can see, her shield does gain health once it gets destroyed or when she doesn't have it deployed.
Impervious. Pathetic. How embarrassing.
And this is the second phase I was talking about, how she plays like Ramattra. Ramattra can use his staff to, projectile base and kind of play back, or he can go into mecha mode and use his fist. From the work she gives Black Panther, she can get in there, and also Captain America. She has 2 abilities when she gets into this mode, a grabbing ability and a kicking ability. That's not just one ability that does the grab and kick. She grabs them, and she also has the chance to kick them away. With her diamond phase ability that has a time limit, her primary attack is her fucking hands, and she's throwing them really hard. She has a 4-string attack, it seems. She has 4 punch animations, 1, 2, 3, 4. You know what I'm saying? And each blow does a whole ton of damage. And this is a Vanguard. This is not a DPS, by the way. And this is a Vanguard main tank, not an off tank. Crazy. So not only is she really tough, but she's also shining bright. Like a diamond. Going back to what I said about how she's a Captain America's worst nightmare and characters that play like him, she has her stationary crystal attack where she can just aim at it and also does a ton of damage when it breaks. But she also has her fist diamond mode where you guys can literally see her grab Captain America like a dominatrix and just slam him and beat him to a bloody pulp. It's crazy. I don't know about you guys, but I hate Captain America. I hate America's ass. He's always jumping around point, harassing my healers. You can sleep him, you can freeze him, but he's inevitable. But, with Emma Frost, you can not only just target him, with this crystal soul, but also just beat him up and grab him by the neck. It's crazy.
Kneel, peasants! That's White Queen mind control.
Let me break down that crazy ult you just saw right there. Yeah, peasant! She has a diamond-shaped radius, which deals damage. But if you look on top of the character she's dealing damage to and is in the radius, there's a little icon up there. And the icon fills up. Once it gets filled up, the characters stop what they're doing and walk towards you. like you're their master, and then they die from the cliff. Or they can walk towards you and your team just bashes them. Crazy ult. I want to see big plays with that and team ups with that. It's going to be crazy. And now breaking down the most important part of her kit, which is not her ult. It's actually, it's her jiggle physics. They added jiggle physics to Emma Frost. Not boob jiggle physics like every other video game. That's kind of boring. Or ass jiggle physics. They added thigh jiggle physics. Never done before. Calamity died in 2018, and Emma Frost is bringing her spirit back in 2025. Like I said, this is the most important part of the video. Let's analyze this.
Mommy is just
Look at the oh my goodness gracious, Zooey! It's shaking. It's shaking in the places where it needs to be shaking. So as a Vanguard, she needs to be big and bulky and like kind of like tape most soak up the damage in front of the, because she's gonna be in front of the team. So they did make her big, but was making her bottom half that big, was that necessary? Am I tripping? Or her bottom half is humongous, it's massive. I don't know who's selecting the characters to put into this game, but the people in NetEase are obsessed with White Woman. Like, I don't remember Emma Frost being that big. I know they need a Vanguard, a female Vanguard, because we don't really have one other than Penny. But was making a big booty, tall, dominatrix baddie with mind control, like, that big? Like, what? My biggest question is there jiggle physics in-game? Or is this just in the intro and MVP animations? Speaking about the MVP animation, there's a little jiggling happening at the breast areas, obviously. For sure, which is much appreciated. Huh.
I ain't complaining.
Oh crap!